Hello IT pros and welcome back to my IT workshop. This is Alvendril, and in the last video we have started creating our super basic game in TKinter and Python. Or is it Python and TKinter? Anyway, so this is where we left off. So if you haven't watched the first video, you can check it on the top right of this screen or in the video description below. So as you can see, this is the final product that we're trying to do. And this is the code we are doing. So I'm just going to run it one more time. So press, I lost, I can restart it. And I have to make this a little bigger. So press, and you win. So this is a very basic game. It's a random, it's just luck. You have 50-50 chances to win. Actually, in this one over here, you have like 66% chances of winning and 33 of, well, losing. So, but the concept is the same here. Here we have 50-50. We're going to change it in a few more minutes, but this is what we want to do. So we're going to run this one. This is the executable file that I have. I taught you how to do an executable file to turn your Python code into an executable for Windows exe in 2 videos ago. So again, the video is going to be in the link for that video is going to be in the video description below. So we're going to run this guy. So file, run module. So as always, allow me a few seconds to bring the screen from my other monitor. And this is how it looks so far. So instead of press me, I change it to click me. You can change the text to whatever you may like. So if I click on it, it's going to go green. In this case, I was lucky, but nothing else is working. This one is clicking, these two are blocked, and the restart button is not doing anything at all. So that's what we are going to do next. We're going to do the restart button do something, because right now it's not doing anything. So I'm going to close this. Allow me to close the other one as well. So we have created button 0. So now we are going to create the function for the restart. So we come here, we have created the button. So where it is, button restart, I'm going to make it a little bigger like this. And here I have to gain some space like this. And let's see if it fits. Most likely it's not going to fit. So we are going to call a function for this. And the function is going to be command equal restart underscore program. Again, you can call it anything that you may like. So restart program, and we're going to copy that name and we're going to go up. So we come here and we are going to create, why is showing me like this? Why is showing me like this? Okay, I have to go like this. All right, so I'm going to create a new function. It's going to call def and the restart program. And what is the concept of restarting a program? So if we come here, I press this, and I lost, right? So the concept of restarting a program or a game is everything, when you press the button, everything goes back to what it was at the beginning, when nothing was being done, right? So that happens with any game that you have played in the past and any game that you are going to play in the future. So we have to do the same. So the concept is to delete everything that we have done. For example, delete everything and let's go back to the original values, to the original, values. What else can I say? So that's what any restart button does. So for us, the restart button, what it has to do is go back to the original configuration. So what's the original configuration? All this. So all this is the original configuration. So the only thing we have to do is it is copy and paste all this. So I'm going to do it. I'm going just to copy all this over here, restart program. Let me see. Yeah. Well, it's not indented. So we're going to fix that right now. Like that. And also the position. So I'm going to also copy place buttons. And we are going to copy all this. So we copy paste it over here, and it's going to look like this. Bum, 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 and bum. So every time we press the reset button, it's going to go back to the original state. So let's see how this works. I'm going to save it and let's run it. So I'm having an error here. It says command. Okay, I know what that is. Where is the command? command. Okay, I typed it wrong. Command is command like this one. Yeah, it's the same. So we're going to save it. We're going to run it again. So again, I'm sorry for this. I have to bring it from the other monitor. Here it is. So I'm going to click this. I lost because I have 50-50 chances of losing. So I'm going to press restart and it goes back to the original state. So I'm going to press it again. And this time I won't, but this one is not doing anything. So the restart button is working. So I like that a lot. So that's what the restart button does. It only goes back to the original state. So I'm going to close this because we don't need it. And then I'm going to close this other screen as well because it always opens this one. And we're going to continue doing the next button. Okay, so that's the concept of restart, just going back to the original state. Button 0, so we have to, when we press the first button, which is button number, well, let's run it again. I forgot exactly how it looks. So here we are. So we have done this button. I mean, all the buttons are coded, but they are not doing, these over here are not doing anything yet. So only button 0, because remember we started 3, 2, 1, 0. You can name it anything that you may like, but it just chose that way. So when I press on button, this would be 1, right? So no, this is going to be button 0 because it's over here. So when I click it, it's going to go the random function, as we have done last week. Last week, I mean a few days ago. And it's going to choose 1 and 2. So I'm going to click it, I lost. I'm going to restart it, I click it again, I lost again, I lost. Okay, so now I won. And the next button, when I click this and I have, and 1 is chosen, that means you won, is going to enable the next button, right? So we can continue playing. So this one is going to go, let's say, it's not going to be disabled anymore, it's going to be available, and now we can click on it. So this one is not doing anything. So we have to do something. We have to configure, we have to code the part for this button, and then 2 and 3 as well. So now I remember where we were. So I'm closing everything. And now we have def button 0, else, and I think button 0 unblocked. Yes, that's good. Button 1, grid row 0. So we have else, everything goes the other way. It goes red if we lose. Button green. I have something else here. Oh yeah, I have that one. It's not much. So what do we need to do? We are going to create def button 1. So the concept is going to be the same. We're going to call the random function over here, and it's going to give us a value, right? And the rest is going to be exactly the same. But where I have button 0, where I'm saying to do something. Button 0, I'm reading, well, where is this guy going? So yeah, here it is. Button 1, because we're working on button 1 now. So what we have to do is comma, and the command is going to be equal to button 1. So like that. Because once you press button 0, it activates button 1, correct? And then button 1 has to do something. We have to make button 1 do something. So now we come here, button 1, that's okay. And then it's going to be kind of the same. So I'm going to copy this over here. If C, which is the variable, is equal to 1, that means you won, right? And we have to copy all these the same, but we have to do it for now button 1 and then button 2. So we are going to do just that. Let me copy from here, otherwise I'm going to become confused. Actually, you know what? I'm going to just do it here because this is the way it has to be. So I'm going to copy paste and I'm going to change it here, button 1. All this is the same, disable, and green. Okay, bottom 0, yes. If 1 is chosen, and the position is going to be different. So the position for button 1 is this one, button 1. So we add Now we have to do the same, well, not the same. The next, but what happens if we win? So this one is going to, we press it and it's going to go to disable because we don't need to press it anymore, but the color is going to change to green. So once we have won, let's say like here, for example, if I press it, now this goes green and the next one has to be enabled. Button number 2 has to be enabled. So we have to do kind of the same. So where is button? How we done? How did we do it here? So we have this. We're going to copy it, but now this is going to be button 2. Button 2. Click me, console us, and button. We are not going to do this yet. So I'm going to delete this like that, and now we have to place the button. So button 2, where is this guy located? So we created here button 2. So why is showing me like this? Let me try to do it a little bigger, like that. Button 2. So button 2 is over here. That's a location. We just copy paste it. Button 2. But now what happens if we lose? So we copy paste this one over here because it's the same concept. That means you lose. Give me a second. Have to come like this. Okay. So if we lose, what's going to happen? Technically, button number 1 in this case is going to go. It's going to go red. So this is going to be button number 1. Button, click me, blah blah, console us, disable red. So, and the location for button number 1, we know it already, is this one over here. So we copy paste it like that. So am I missing something? I don't know. Let's test it out. The position in the grid should be okay. So this is button 1. Okay. So I'm going to run. I'm going to save it. I'm going to run it, and I have an error. Button 1. Button 1 unexpected and in. Oh, yeah, 100%. That's true. It's not indented. Like that, like that, like that. And this guy also has to be like this. So I'm going to close this over here. That was open. I save it. I run it. And now it's showing me something. So here we are. I'm going to click. I win. I can go to the next one. This one is enable. And I'm going to click it. Now it's doing something. I lost. So I'm going to restart it. Click me. Click me. Now it's working. So once I won, it's going to enable the next one, the button number 2 in this case. Now, button number 2 is not doing anything. We have to do kind of the same. So I'm going to close this, or I'm going to restart it like that. So I'm going to close this, and now we're going to create button number 2. So before that, something has to happen, right? When we click in button number 2 and we win, so command capital button 3. Button 3, no, button 2, and this is T. So I'm going to copy this, and we are going to create the function for this guy. Now it's going to be def button 2, and the concept is going to be repeated. We copy this like that. C get random, so we get either one or 2, and then we copy all this as well. Now, what happens now that if we are in button number 3 now, like here, right? We are over here. So what happens when I press it? So if I press it and I win, it's going to change, it's going to disable the button because I don't need it to use it anymore, and it's going to fill it with a green color, right? Like this one over here. So we're going to do just that. I'm going to copy this over here, and I'm just going to add it here. So instead of button number 2 is going to be button number, instead of 1 is going to be 2. Click me. All this is the same, and that's going to be good. So button number 2, where is going to be located? Over here. We have that already, and this is not indented. So I click, and here we go. So what's going to happen with button number 1? So what's going to happen? So button number 1, it has to go green. It has to be disabled. That's what I'm trying to say. Button number 1 has to be disabled. So if if we do this, button number 2, yeah, I know sometimes it's confusing for me because we're going one by one. Allow me a few seconds. Sometimes I have a brain freeze. So button number 2, we have that one, and then button number 1 is going to be the one who is going to be disabled. So I'm going to copy button number 2. No, button number, this is number 0, 0, 1, 2. If I go here, okay, so button number 1 is the one that is going to have a change. So we come here and we just copy all this. Well, actually, no, we have to do it like this, like that. And button number 3, I'm sorry, button number 3 is going to have a change. So it's all the same, and we're going to delete this because we don't need it yet. So I forgot that one. And what is the location for button number 3? Where is button number 3 location? Button number 3, it's over here. So we just copy and we bring it over here for button number 3. So what happens if we lose? So it's going to be the same, else we copy paste it, bang, and if we lose this button, in this case button number 2, 0, 1, 2, is going to go red, right? So button number 2, well, I can copy it from here. Button number 2 is going to go red and is going to be disabled. So this is going to be button number button number 2, and the location we already have it, like this. Why is it not typing? Oh, because of that. Okay, so button number 2 is going to be disabled. All that is okay. Let's find it out. So I'm going to save it. I'm going to run it again. Allow me a few seconds. And let's see if it works. Click me, I lost, restart, green, I lost, click, oh, click me and I lost. Okay, so it's working, it's doing something. Bang, 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 and I won. So it enabled the next button, but this next button is not doing anything. So it's working. So that's what I'm trying to say, it's working. Now, so that's button number 2. So what happens if we win? So if we win, we have to create the next button. Something has to happen with the next button. So that one is going to be a command is equal to, let me close this. Okay, button command equal button 4. So I'm going to copy paste this, and we're going to create another function here. Another function, def button 4, like that. So now, while we take some time before we do this, this is a good time for you to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. Now, what we have to do, exactly the same. So we're going to run the function to get the random number, either 1 or 2. And what happens if that random number is 1? So that means we won. Let me put more space here. So that now is going to be button number 3, right? Because it's 0, 1, 2, 3. So we are going to copy all this over here. I'm going to copy all this. Button number 3. Oops, what did I do? So it's going to be button number 3. Allow me to copy. No, I'm going to copy it from here. That way I don't get confused. Okay. So let's go. Button number 3. What's going to happen? Click me, console us. I'm sorry, this is button number 4. What I'm talking about? Green. And where is the location for button number 4? Button number 4, button number 4. Where are you? And button number 4. No, 2. Why did I put it 4? This is 3. Like this. Yeah. What am I doing? All right. So button number 3, we have the location. and we're going to copy paste it over here. Give me a few seconds. So we're going to do that. Button number 3, and we don't need anything else because we don't have any other button. Come on, what is this one? We don't have any other button above, right? So something has to happen. Either we win and we receive this message, you win, or either we lose and we're going to receive that message. So we don't have anything else to place here. Talking about buttons, but we now have to add the win text. So this text over here, we have to add it on this button. So I'm going to create a variable win underscore text, and this one is going to be a label. Okay, so it's just something that is going to show up, some words. And this one is, we have learned it in the basics of Python. Again, link in the video description below. And what text do you want to show? So if we win, obviously you want to say you won, right? Like this, or maybe like this. Then we are going to choose the font. It can be any font that you may like, but as always, I'm going to choose Consolas because I like that a lot. Consolas, and the size is going to be a little bigger because you won. 17. I don't need parentheses. And let's make it bold like that. And the background, we can change the background. I'm sorry, not the background, the font, the color of the font. So with this variable, let's make it green again. Here is blue. Let's make it, I don't know, green. And that's it. And we have to position, obviously. Don't forget, we create the object. In this case, it's a label, and we have to position that that object. So I'm going to copy this win text. Come on, what did I do wrong? Okay, win text and grid. So we can position it. So row, what row is going to be? So this is row 1, well, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember that we put a start, if you remember from the last video. The restart button is in the fifth row because we left 1 for this one, right? So we have to do it in row 4. Row 4, row equal 4, and the column that never change is equal to 0, right? But what happens if we lose? Something has to happen. If c equals 1, so else we are going to we're going to disable the button number 3, and we are going to turn it red. So for that, I'm going to copy all this again, and we're going to place it over here. So the only difference is going to be that the background is going to be red, and the state is going to be disabled. That's great, and we need to add more text. So if you lose, I'm going to create a new variable, lose text. I'm going to copy paste this. Well, just copy for now. This one is going to be, well, I'm going to copy all this. It's easier. So we go here. Label root text, you lose or you lost. Font the same, and this one is going to be let's make it red, and we have to position this guy like we did before. So we go down, lost text, and we're going to copy the same because it's going to be in the same position. So that happens if we lose. So I'm going to save it, run it, allow me to bring it over my screen, and let's see what happens. So click me, I lost, restart, I lost again, I lost again. Really? Okay. Okay, this might take a while. So we have, like I said, we have 50-50 chances of winning or losing. So let's make that a better chance for the player. So instead of saying, let me close this one over here. Instead of only having, let's go to the random. Instead of only having 2 numbers, we're going to make it to 3. So now we have 1, 2, 3. And we're going to change this over here. So if C equals 1, as you know, we won, but now we're going to do it or C equal 3. So that means between those three numbers, 1, 2, 3, if either the number at random is 1 or 3, we won. So we have like 66, a little more than 66% of chances of winning, okay? So we have to copy all these, well, this new condition to all of these guys. So over here as well, over here as well. So that way we have more chances of winning. So I'm going to save it, let's run it, and let's bring it to this screen. So click me, I lost, okay, all right. I lost again, and I lost again. Remember, we still have 33% chances of losing. So click me, I lost, let's do it again, restart, restart, restart. Why am I losing so much? Restart, click, click, and why am I losing so much? The other, it should be, I mean, not winning all the time, but what? And click me, and I have an error here. It says button 4 is not defined. Oh yeah, I didn't change that. Button 4, where is button 4? Button 4, button 4, button 4, button 4. Oh, here it is. Button. It has to be button 3 because button 4 doesn't exist. And if C is equal to 1 or 3, it's going to be like that. So let's run it again. So come on, here we are. Click me, lost. Click me, lost. Really? Why am I losing too much? So we have now the text you won, okay? So we restart it and we click it again, win, win. So we have to go, oh, and we also need to delete this text. So once we click restart, as you see, the you won or you lose text is going to be still there. So we are going to add that. I close these other windows for TKinter. And now we have to, let's say, remove that part. So what we have to do in the restart part of the code, oh, that's why bottom 0, I didn't copy it here. Okay. That's why I was losing a lot. I forgot to copy it here. So that's why. So let's go to the restart program. We have to add something here. So this is a variable, and I'm going to call it erase win lose text. So that one, what we are going to do is we are going to use the grid file. What am I doing? I'm going to use the grid. And we are going to say row equal 4, column equal 0. So you see what I did there? I just created the first, the location. I didn't create it here. So we are going to do it right now. So I just copy paste it over here, and we are going to call it a label. Label. And what is this label going to do? Root. And the text that we want to show, as you know, is blank, like here. This is the final product. And if I click restart, as you can see, the text is gone. So the only way, well, not the only way, but the way I chose to do it is just print a blank print blank spaces. That's pretty much it. And the font, well, the font really doesn't make a difference, right? So let's see how it works. Let's see how it works. Let me bring it over here. So now we should have more chances of winning. Click, come on, okay, click, click, come on, I have to reach to the top. Why am I losing? And you won. So if I click restart, oh, okay. So we really, let me close this over here, we really need the font. Font equal to console as, the size is 17, and let's make it bold. So let's run it again, save it, and allow me a few seconds to bring it to this screen. So click, win, win, I lose, win, 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 and you won. So if I click it, it disappears now. So it's working. Let's see if we can make it so, okay, so to be kind of sure that we're going to lose in block number 3, let's change this. So block number 3, it's for now, we don't need you over here. We don't need you. So it's going to be only one chance. Okay, save it and we run it. Then it's going to be 50-50 now. So click me, we lost, pam pam, you lost. So it's showing us the text now. But what? Oh, in block number, oh yeah, 100%. So have you seen what happens over here? Let's go again, click, 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 click me. Even if I lost, if I keep clicking on it, I can win. So that's because we haven't done something in button number 3. So let me close this over here. So button number 3 has to have something. So if, yeah, button number, oh, we haven't added the where this text is. I mean, where this button is located. So I forgot about that. So we have to do that, and that's when this is going to take place. BG red. So we run it again. I mean, we save it and we run it, and this is how it's going to look. So click, win, restart, and you lost. I cannot click it anymore. Restart. All right, I lost, come on, and I click here, so you lost. So I cannot click it anymore. So that's how it's working. So these parts over here, as you can see, I don't know, I try to clean the background, but they just stay there. I don't know what happened to it. If I ever found the solution, I'm going to put it in the video description below. So I'm going to restart it, and now I can play it again. So why am I losing too much? Okay, you lost. Because we changed here, this has to be, so that way we have more chances of winning. C equal 3. So that way we have more chances of winning. So this is how to create a very basic game over here. As you can see, it's a very basic game. So I hope that gives you ideas on how to clean the screen, or how to create buttons, or how to do a button do something when something else happens. Like if it's one, we won, so we activate the next button. Well, we enable the next button, or or we disable it if we lose. Okay, so that will be for the video. I hope you enjoy. I enjoy doing this video. I like doing things in Python. And if you want to turn any piece of code in Python in an executable file, I have shown that how to do that in my last project when we did the last project, the IT help desk project. Okay, so I'm going to be doing more videos about Python. Maybe next time I'm going to be something with Arduino. No, not Arduino, Raspberry Pi. Okay, so stay tuned for that. So thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe. If you have any other comment or questions, leave it in the comment section below. And as always, guys, I'll see you in the next video.